Hello, Boris Pravisham here. On Saturday, the 12th of December, we will be hosting an event in Space Engineers. It's called the Space Race, and it has been created by Malkons for everyone. It'll be at 9 p.m. GMT, which is 4 p.m. EST. Hopefully a Saturday afternoon is a lot easier for those in North America. There is a link in the description which will convert to your location automatically. The aim is simple. 2 teams are competing to be the first to get their team from the Earth to the Moon, get a rock sample, and to bring it back safely. To do so, the teams will need to build a ship capable of making the flight with their entire team on board, digging up and storing a large amount of rock, and then bringing it back safely. However, as you might expect, we need to lay down a long list of rules to ensure a fair game and to close any exploits, so here are all the rules. You will start at a launch pad. You must build, take off, and have the final resting place of your ship be on this pad. The platform itself cannot be dismantled for parts. You will also be given a basic small ship which you can dismantle for parts. It's a temporary transport until you build something of your own. Projector blocks are banned. This means you cannot use your blueprints. We encourage people to come into this fresh and without a huge amount of planning, so anything engineered on the day will be unique to that game and that team. For this reason, teams will be selected on the day, which means you won't be able to plan, so don't share your ideas with anyone else. You will have a short period before the game to discuss things with your team. The day-night cycle will be on, but it will be short, so you won't be stuck in day or night for too long. Your spacefaring craft can be a large or small ship and needs to be able to carry the entire team from the surface of the Earth and land safely on the Moon. It needs to carry back at least 10,000 kilograms of rock, so unless you've got a thing for drilling by hand, you'll want to engineer a drilling rig of some sort to save time. It needs to land back on the Earth's launch pad before the rock samples are deposited into the designated cargo container. Since the resources on a planet are few and far between, each team will have access to numerous bases scattered within a 20-kilometer radius of the launch pads. Each resource base can contain ores, ingots, components, and possibly even vehicles for you to use. Each resource base will have an antenna with a broadcast range of 100 to 1500 meters, with bases containing a larger amount of resources having a shorter antenna range, making them harder to find. The resource bases will remain free, meaning no team can own or dismantle a resource base. They may only take the resources from them. There will be enough resources spread out on the planet to build several large ships. Whilst both teams are within the gravitational confines of Earth, PvP is allowed except within a small perimeter of each team's launch pad, which will be designated on the day. The idea is to fight over the resources, not spawn camp the other team. As for the team's designated spacecraft, you may attack it once it has travelled 750 meters from the launch pad. Malkons will be refereeing the entire game, and he will post a message when you are allowed to attack the ship, so you won't have to work that out for yourself. If a ship is unable to make it off the planet with the entire team in a seat or cockpit, either due to design, accident, or attack from the other team, you may start again. However, you will need to build on the landing pad, so you'll have to get your resources back to there. Whilst on the Moon, you may not attack the other team. You are to collect 10,000 kilograms of lunar rock, safely place it in a special container by itself, and fly it back to the now landing pad before emptying it into the designated cargo container. Once the last bit of rock is moved over, the game is won. The ship can be attacked again when it re-enters gravitational range of Earth, as long as its attackers are also within range. As before, once the ship moves within a 750-meter range of the landing pad, you may no longer attack it. Malkons will tell you when. Your team is not required to fly back with you. Only one person is required to fly the ship back. Whether that's a good idea or not is up to you. Hopefully this isn't too many rules, but we had to create them all because I sat around one afternoon attempting to find exploits, so we patched them before I did it in-game. Like I said, Malkons will be there to referee the entire thing, so he will give everyone information as we go along. As this is the first attempt at this game, he may make slight changes to the rules whilst playing, if there is something that is unfair or not fun, to keep it running smoothly. This could be over in 30 minutes, or it may never finish, so I'll have to play it by ear and make changes where necessary. We're hoping to get teams of at least 5 each, with room for more. As it will be outside of my normal recording hours, I may have to sit out and spectate, but I'm hoping to play. As always, there's the Space Engineers is in early access warning. It's gotten better over the past few weeks, but this will be the first time we've had this many people on a planet at once. And if you came to the last survival games, you'll know that it's not necessarily able to perfectly handle this many people in a complete vacuum, let alone on a planet as well. I hope it all goes well, but keep in mind that your client may crash at any time, so don't keep too much on your person, and keep it in the back of your mind when flying your ship. Have someone ready to take over just in case. Malkons will make exceptions for those who have technical problems where possible and where fair. Like, if you're halfway to the moon, your ship is in working order but someone crashes, we're not going to make you go all the way back because of it. Malkons will be in Space Master mode, so he'll be cleaning up stuff as we go along, but try not to make too much of a mess or do things that will crash a server, like even considering using a piston. We want the sim speed to stay above 0.02 if at all possible. Anyway, I've said enough. You can sign up on the forum post. The link is below. If we change any rules before we start, they will be put in the description as well, so just check there. Rather than me have everyone wait on the day whilst I explain the rules, I'll just have people watch this instead. So, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just ask below. I hope to see you there.